What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and good afternoon to you all. Today, I am finally unveiling my next Digimon deck in project. That is Imperialdramon. Yeah, one of the highly seen Digimon, and probably one of the most highly beloved Digimon from Adventure 2 will be making his appearance on the channel, as well as being one of the main showcase decks on my channel. So hopefully you guys enjoy this, because it took me a while to get a lot of this stuff. Not as much as it did for everyone, all the other decks that I've built, like what was it, Yellow Hybrid, working with the Mastermind, Fallen Angels, and stuff like that. This was relatively easy to get. Now, I may not have all the really big, powerful cards, and there are probably some other cards that I'm missing in it that people are like, you should run this, this, and this. Okay, leave that in the comment section below and then explain to me why I should run those, because I swear that would make things a lot easier instead of just like paragraphs. But also keep all of that in like one comment, because that can be very annoying and blowing up my phone, and I don't have time for that. So yeah, if you got suggestions, do leave in the comment section of what cards can be added to this and what could be beneficial to elevating the Imperial Drama deck. So yeah, with that said, I think it's time to take a look at this Imperial Drama deck. It's green and blue, not purple and red, which I know a lot of people are more excited for about purple and red, because I have seen the shenanigans purple and red variant of Imperial Drama is going to be doing. Wow, it's going to be doing a lot. So, alright, let's move over here and let's start it off. So, for my Digitama, 4 copies of Digimon. Then, for the main deck, let's start off with the dual colors. 2 copies of Imperialdramon Fighter Mode, and 2 copies of Imperialdramon Dragon Mode. These are the dual colors, not the solid color. Then Imperialdramon and Dino Beamon round out all of my little guys, all of my little 4s. So then, in terms of the dual color Digimon, we're going to go on to the solid colors. 2 copies of Imperialdramon Dragon Mode. Then 2 copies a set of a part of XVmon. So classic and structured XVmon. And then 4 copies of Vmon from BT8 with 4 copies of Vmon from ST9. Then, moving all of these over, we're going to go on to the green. Very small pool of pure green that I'm running. And that is the sequential set of Stingmon. And that's followed by 4 copies of Wormmon. Alright. Now, moving on from that, we're going to go on into the Tamers. 4 copies of Daisuke. With 2 copies of Daisuke and Ken. I know his name is Davis, but hey. Next are the option cards. Megadeth. 2 copies of Blue Memory Boost. 2 copies of Hammer Spark. The 1 copy of the Nasty Ice Wall. And the 1 copy of the Hidden Potential Discover. Right. Now, that is basically it for all of the cards. Options, Tamers, and Digimon. So starting off is, of course, Digimon. So this Digimon has the ability that, while it's inherited, when attacking, once per turn, if the Digimon has jamming, draw 1 card. It seems like a very subtle ability, I'm not gonna lie. But with the XVmon and the Imperialdramon Dragon Mode that both have the jamming, this is not going to be too hard of options of things to play in the deck. In conjunction with it, it is not the only option of Digimon. our Digitama for the deck, but it was something I want to go ahead and mess around with because I prefer the jamming setup for Vmon or for Imperialdramon overall um, to what it is a standard gain attack or gain specific set for just having this attack card on the board. Moving that over. Imperial Dramon. And I know people are going to ask me the questions of the Imperial Dramon. So, what happened was that I didn't read cards, which is fine. I didn't think. Oh, hold on. I didn't think I was gonna have an issue with Imperial Dramon, and then what happened was that I didn't know that this Imperial Dramon was a solid color. I thought this Imperial Dramon was dual, and no, it's not dual. It's solid, and oh no, that became a problem. So what I initially did was just said, okay, if they're gonna be my megas, I'll just run two of each, and then I'll at least feed six. That way, I don't have to worry about these. But with that said, these two here focus on suspending and unsuspending. This one here focuses on jamming and being able to unsuspend all the Digimon on the field that have jamming. So that actually is very useful. Like I said, because already the Imperial Dramon that focuses on jamming. I mean, the X Vmon that focuses on jamming. I should have been the one that focused on it too. But yeah, this Imperialdramon Dragon mode that's dual colored suspends takes two level 4 Digimon, one purple and one blue, from its Digivolution sources and put them onto the field without paying cost. That way you can go into Dino Vmon or Imperialdramon again. And then Imperialdramon Paladin mode, Imperialdramon Fighter mode, says that you can return one of your opponent's Digimon with 1k with 10k DP or less to the hand, and then the other abilities that if you have a blue Digimon, if you choose your source, you may unsuspend one of your Digimon, and green Digimon is in its Digivolution, so you may suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So you can easily opt out some of your opponent's cards and clear them out of the way, or put them in suspension and then take something out so that you don't have to do it later, or even hit the blockers. If a deck you know is playing a ton of blockers, you can easily play them. So yeah, that is that for the Imperial Drama. Alright, moving on from them, we're now going to talk about the uh, the ultimate levels. Imperialdramon and Dino Beamon. Two more cards that focus on unsuspending. These both are from the structure deck, Ancient Dragon. And the crazy thing about them is, yeah, these two are easy to find because of the DNA Deletion. The other thing about them is that being upholded to both green and blue makes this a lot easier. Because then that way I can not have to worry about who's going to digivolve into this, who's going to digivolve into that. If I want to just do a hard play DNA Digivolution, I definitely can do this on either the Dino Beamon or the Imperialdramon, whichever one I still need to put into play. The Imperialdramon has the ability that when it's DNA Digivolve, you can select one of your opponent's Digimon with 6k DP or less and send them to the bottom of the deck. While the Dino Beamon selects one of your opponent's Digimon, suspends them to make sure that they don't unsuspend until the next of your opponent's unsuspend phase. So it can be very instrumental because you can take out some of their cards, or you can even, whether their blocker is completely useless to them, and then be able to take out things or go for the security without having any problems at all. So yeah, two very good variations of the Stingmon Vmon DNA Digivolution because they all wrap into Imperialdramon. And fun fact, for those who don't know, Dino Vmon is a DNA form of them when Stingmon is taking the helm and not X Vmon. Because when it's X Vmon, they become Imperialdramon. And that's both Dragon Can and Insectoid. So that's one of the big differences there. Alright, moving on from our ultimates, let's go on into our champions. While this may not be, for some, a sufficient amount of champions, fight me, because I'm trying to build the deck now. Alright, so just get happy. Imperial Drama, XVmon and Stingmon. So the classic series are the ones with the, what I would guess, be the better of the effect, as the XVmon gives jamming, this Digimon gives piercing. These two only come into play if you, but reducing their cosplay if the other color is on the field. So for blue, for XVmon is green, so Digimon is blue. So you can easily jump them onto. So I don't know. I might just say drop these two and just stay hard for these two, because these do have the piercing plus the jamming, and since my Drama focuses on the jamming, I think that would be nice to have them together. Not to mention this would be good for both Dino Beamon and Stingmon, because then they'll give them just those straight abilities. While the other two that are from the starter deck basically focus on any, if you have this particular Digimon, gain 1k. If you have this one that's swinging, draw 1 card. So, and I think most of my other Digimon are doing that. So it's really not much of a need there. Alright, now let's talk about their rookies. Vmon and Stingmon. While I'm not running sufficiently a better variant of the Stingmon, I am just going to say this now. I mean, of the Wormmon, I'm just going to say this now. I kind of wish there was one that was a little better. Simply because of the fact that, hold on, can we get this? Oh, I know this. The Wormmon. There it is. Because of the fact that the only thing this Wormmon is good for is at the end of the turn, due to DNA Digivolution. That's literally what it's here for. It's basically the Salamon of the starter. That's literally what it was, and it's still a decent play because of the fact that it's going to go under the so you have to worry about color choices. Yeah, there's still also the problem of that. Wow, you could have a better option. Unfortunately, the better option kind of sucks, and they gave the other better option to purple and red. Yeah, because that Stingmon is no, that Wormmon is also a searcher, similar to how the Vmons are the searchers. And speaking of Vmon, both of these Vmon are sequential to this deck as well, and that's why I'm putting 4 of them, because the first one here in the middle reveals the top 3 cards of your deck to add 1 card with the free attribute in this trait to your hand, and put the others back at the bottom of the deck, while the Vmon to the far left says, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck to add 2 color blue card to your hand. So this one can either get the option or the tamer and add them to your hand, while the one in the middle gets your Digimon with the free attribute and add them to your hand. Great ways to keep the consistency going, or even getting to your pieces that you can keep the consistency going. And that's why I went Switch straight for on them. While the Wormmon that is the other variant, I'll talk about a little later for some options or some other strategies you can do with the deck. Alright, now that we have gone through all of the Digimon, let's go ahead and go into the Tamers. Daisuke and Ken. So, Daisuke and Ken, really cool combo right there. Daisuke says that they say if you have a green Digimon, you can play, you gain 1 memory. For a blue Digimon, you gain 1 memory. So free memory. And then they have the ability to, when you Digivolve a Digimon that has 2 colors or more, and they include blue, you can unsuspend, no, they have 2 or more colors. You can unsuspend that Digimon. So you can easily just DNA Digivolve and go into something like Hyperby, or Dino Beamon, and you can unsuspend them and have them swing. Because also remember, they have their own abilities when they hit the board too. So there's even more abilities on top of abilities. There's going to be playing out throughout the game. While Daisuke over here is the if your memory is less than 2, set it 3, and then on play, he can take one purple and one green Digimon card among the three that you're going to reveal and add them to your hand, puts the other one to the bottom of the deck. So at least help you get to your champions or your ultimates a little faster as well. Or even get to your riches when you move them. Alright. And I know I could easily run an extra one of this and run less of this. It's player's choice if they want to do that. But I might actually do that though, because I want to see more of the Dice Day and 10 combo in addition to. So, alright, moving on from there, we're going to talk about our option cards. Giga Death. Or Mega Death, I'm sorry. Giga Death is the other one. That's for Imperialdramon fighting mode. Fighter mode. This one says unsuspend your opponent's Digimon. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Return one of your opponent's suspended. One of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the owner's hand. The Giga Death tends to be better, but costs more, only because it has an additional effect attached to it. But yeah, the Mega Death is good. Your own form of Chaos Degrade, where you can remove the card and then waste the evolution sources, and then your opponent has to go into various plays to deal with how they can recover from this Mega Death. I think Giga Death is a lot deadlier because Giga Death says that it'll bounce the suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck instead of just sending it to him. So it's even more of a bigger circle. Except that's 9 and this is 5. So you kind of can see the reason why a lot of people are flooding to this one instead of the other. Then from there is Blue Memory Boost to be a researcher and a memory giver. Hammer Spock for the memory boost. The Ice Wall. This is a pretty nasty card. And this is something that I was debating if I wanted to play it to be mean, but it's not even mean, it's just part of the game. The Ice Wall is a very malicious card because we can't play around the Ice Wall. There really is not much you can play around with at that point. For those who don't know, Ice Wall's effect is that on main, you can when attacking, when attacking, -2, lose 2 security until the end of your opponent's turn. So yeah, this can be very detrimental to combos and plays if you wanted to swing with Digimon before you use up your memory, because this is going to definitely use it up on you with no regrets, like at all. This is going to be a pretty nasty setup. The other is that Ice Wall just gives 2 memory. So yeah, you got a lot of memory cards, and you got a pretty nasty card that likes to do some help with the setup. While these typically, like, honestly, you can even throw in green memory boost and most likely be fine. Just because of the fact that most of your ultimates, Stingmon and Wormmon, and even your Megas, are dual colored, purple, green and blue, so you can easily pick them up as well. But it's a high suggestion just because of the fact that thinning out your deck to get cards or getting cards particularly definitely can be useful if you are running dual color and you can easily run some the solid color setup to help you with your dual color searching. So with all that, the only other card is the Hidden Potential, which I don't know much about the Hidden Potential discovered, but it's basically a work on green setup. It can potentially work because of how this deck operates in suspending and unsuspending Digimon. So it could be a very beneficial thing. Plus, of course, yeah, I kind of did the theme of it having Stingmon in its artwork, as well as Kunemon and um, Motimon and all of that shit. Yeah, it is a thought. It's still an idea in a process that you could easily play. Now, for the cards that I have not put into the deck, but there can be some options there. Monimon, Wormmon's in training. This is just a simple inherit of when you have a blue Digimon in play, this Digimon gains 1 KD. That's simply, that's it, that's all. This is a simple DP gainer. But it is something you can easily play as well if you wanted a green in training. But I decided to go for blue. Speaking of blue, the other option is the other Demi-Vmon, where this one says when attacking, if your Digimon becomes unsuspended during the main phase, you may gain 1 KDP. And this is something that I think more so works with Overspeed Digimon, but I don't know, considering how the Imperial Dramons work. You can easily play this with them, as well as the Dino Beamons and the Imperialdramon. So it's another one of those things you can do the options. And these are really, really cheap too. I think the only one of the sisters was the one that I had with Jam. Moving on from there, we have the only other option for Wormmon, and it's the one that um, on deletion, you reveal type of cards your deck to add one level 4 or 5 Digimon among them to your hand, and then place the remaining ones at the bottom of your deck in order. The Vmons are a little better, but if you wanted to do green, that is your setup for green. Two additional tamers that I want to play around with, Ken by himself and Reina. So Reina, unfortunately, seems to be the card that only will work with V. So you get Vmon. I don't think you can get X Vmon, but I think so because it does have the V in its name. While I think this is more entitled to V-Dramon, Air V-Dramon, and All Force V-Dramon. Just on how they're all worded. But I could be wrong. Comment section will let me know about that. But these are some options that I am going to give to people. The Ken is just like the Davis. You get the additional. You go from the less than 3 to set to 3 memory at the start of your turn. And then when one of your green or blue Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon out of battle and survives, you may suspend that Digimon. You suspend this Digimon, this Tamer, I'm sorry, to gain a memory. So some benefits to that. And if I didn't already talk about these cards, I want to talk about them again. Giga Death and Green Memory Boost. The Green Memory Boost, of course, is to help out with getting your green Digimon to your hand and whenever you're playing dual color. So this shouldn't be too much of a problem. The Giga Death is the one that will send the Digimon to the bottom of your opponent's deck and enables all their Digimon's Digivolution sources. The security effect is that you can send one of your opponent's Digimon, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, and then return one of those Digimon to the bottom of the owner's deck, which is even equally deadly to disrupt combos. Or make your opponent waste stuff to suspend and then bam, Giga Death. So yeah, like I said, this deck has options. It's just I need to figure out which options are going to be more suitable, or which ones are going to be the ones that optimally will do some help in play. So with that said, I want to wrap up the video here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know you guys are enjoying this. I'll have to do some timestamps, of course, because it's Digimon. So you guys can go to which portions of it you would like to see. If you have any questions or comments or things you would like to help suggest for the deck, definitely leave that in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And it helps out tremendously. You can hit the notification bell so you guys can be informed of when I upload more content to my channel. And social media links are in the description box below. So if you guys want to interact with me on social, you definitely can. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll catch you guys next time. HBJ, signing out. Take care.